Taking a walk?
Look, I'm back and I'm on the job. That's all I want to say about it right now.
You know, we have more comfortable rooms and basically infinite space, so
Why does the trained assassin prefer a quiet, unassuming spot with good choke points?
Guess you just answered that question.
Besides, I'm closer to the coffee.
Poor Nev. She didn't deserve what happened to her city. None of the shadow dragons in Marathas did. Not that it would have been any better in Treviso. Sometimes there's just no good choice, right?
If you want a more comfortable space, I'm sure there's empty rooms we haven't found yet.
I'd rather be somewhere I can smell soil and plants. Familiar, you know?
I do. Huh. It looks like our boy Hassan is feeling his oats, or whatever griffins feel.
He's getting the hang of it, when he listens.
He seems to be able to handle himself so far.
You got lucky the Gloomhowler didn't tear you to pieces, boy. You wait for my command. We attack together. Then we can kill stuff like that.
At least he's learning.
The instincts kick in. Griffins see darkspawn and it's a fight to the death, like wolves hunting deer. Just need to corral it.
Sounds like the perfect soldier. And he even flies.
Aerial cavalry. A full-grown griffin is a force of nature. Every muscle in him, every talon, every feather, honed into a killing machine. Hassan's ancestors took on archdemons.
Like his name says, he's an arrow.
Half lion, half eagle, with the instincts of both, griffins will always be hunters.
Just like his daddy, Davrin.
I suppose we are our nature.
Not sure about that?
Most of my life I've hunted the darker things in the world. But caring for a griffin? What do I know about that? Yet here I am.
That's not so bad, is it?
Not the path I expected. Makes me wonder about Hassan, his brothers and sisters, still young, pure.
You're worried?
I'm responsible for the future of every griffin alive. I want it to be a good one. These animals live to fight, but I wonder if there's another path for them.
I'd like to think everyone can find a new path. Even griffins.
Just wish I knew what it was.
Doesn't every good parent?
Parents, a scary word. I'm supposed to be his bodyguard.
What do you think you've been doing this whole time?
Trying to ignore it. If I get myself killed by a Herlock, that's on me. If it's Hassan, I just don't want to mess it up.
I think that's where trust comes in. That Turlum idea you keep talking about. Trust Hassan to find his way. Don't force things.
He's headstrong.
Good thing you are too.
Right. Thanks for the chat.
A third edition of the Unnameable Elements? I didn't even know it had editions.
Oh, it's much improved with the index. Please, borrow it if you'd like.
I'd love to. Oh, Rook, you probably wanted to say hi. Thanks, Professor.
You look moved in.
Just a few essentials. Manfred was a great help with the boxes. What a fascinating place this lighthouse is. What do you make of it?
It's great. big, mysterious, lots of art. Everyone's got their own room.
It'd be easy to fall in love with such a place.
I think Balara has.
She's been quite welcoming. However, I noticed a few of the others taken aback by Manfred, and I overheard remarks about my skulls. My necromancy won't cause any undue worry, will it?
No way. But a few people might not get it.
Oh, I'd hope to make a good first impression.
Balara's excited you're here. Everyone else just has to get to know you.
Please excuse me. Manfred and I should finish our inventory. Thank you for stopping by. By the way, Rook, before I left, Myrna and Veilguard asked if we could assist with an outbreak of hauntings across Thedas. They also mentioned displaced wisps in the necropolis. I'm not sure what's frightened them, but it bears investigation.
Hauntings and scared wisps? Let's look into it.
Thank you. We'll depart for the necropolis whenever you're ready.
Balara, I need your help.
Elio, what's wrong?
Can you help? There are veil jumpers in the forest who have been gone too long. They were searching for relics. With the recent troubles, they could use a protective escort to bring those relics back to camp.
I'll start the search.
And I'll stay here, in case someone shows up.
There it is. That's the Veil Jumper camp. Watch out. That relic just went off. What happened to that Veil Jumper? He was right here. Oh, this isn't good. We need to find him.
Is anyone out there?
One of those magical relics the Veil Jumpers were dealing with must be nearby. A spatial anomaly. We can't reach that Veil Jumper unless we find some way around it.
I'm on it.
One relic down, more to go. Hard to believe these things are causing so much trouble.
You saved me. I'm saved. I'm alive. I was working on the relic and then everything went dark and quiet. It felt like nothing and nowhere. I'll catch my breath and make my own way back to camp.
There are others missing. We'll continue searching for them.
Get clear! It's go wild. You have to stop it! Deactivate the relic and the barrier goes away. I think.
Sure thing.
That's one less relic stirring things up.
Oh, thank the creators. Did Elio send you? I have to talk to him once I return to camp. It's so odd. I've seen relics like that before. I know how they work, but this one, it was wrong.
Hello? Is anyone out there?
That's probably one of the missing Veil Jumpers. Let's get that barrier down. Must be a magical relic causing this.
End it now!
Can anyone hear me?
We're gonna get you out!
I kept calling and no one came. It felt like an eternity, and the shadows were so dark. So dark. But I'll be alright. I'll make my own way back to the camp.
Ir ebelas lethalin, enesal enast. I think that's everyone. Let's get back to Elio. I found most of your friends, but one didn't make it. I'm sorry.
We all know the risks, but it's still difficult when someone gets hurt. There's one last relic out there we never found. If you come across it, be careful. I think someone's meddling with the magic in Arlethan.
I'll try to be safe.
How has been Rathus since the dragon attack?
After the dragon attack, after demons swarmed the streets, after the palace shot at everyone, we're having a ball.
Ah, sorry.
What for? You didn't attack the city. The shadow dragons are dealing with it. At least, we're trying to. I just worry about Asher. He rests as much as we do.
Nev, I meant to thank you for finding that spice shop in Dogtown. Why does it move every 3 nights?
Long story that involves a mage, a secret, and a cursed mortar and pestle.
Of course it does. I used to know Treviso as well as you know Minrathos. Some of it I still do. Some not as much anymore.
Lucanus, looking for a book on exorcism?
Maybe Spite wants a bedtime story. Dweller.
Between facing gods.
Can't do this without a wisp.
I'm sorry, but I find it completely unnatural.
I don't get why you think cremation's so bad. Everyone outside Navarra burns their dead.
All those lost vessels, fine mansions reduced to ash. Manfred, for instance. How would his wisp have fared if I hadn't given it a body?
Where or, who'd you get his body from?
There was no single donor. The arms were recovered from a charnel pit. The ribs were a gift from a dear friend. And Manfred's wisp picked out his own skull from some donations. That was quite the day. He's been fine company during my necropolis excursions ever since.
What does Manfred understand exactly?
Simple things, but he grows. Spirits of curiosity are voracious learners. The more he experiences, the more sophisticated his conclusions. With guidance, of course.
Yep, same to you.
It's just Manfred's way of saying hello. I encountered him as a wisp in the necropolis years ago. A simple spirit, but so curious. He refused to leave my side.
So, you built a skeleton for the spirit to live in?
Spirits are formed from the emotions and desires of people in the mortal realm. Manfred's wisp came from curiosity. It's these spirits which animate the dead. Their drive revives the corpse, yet the corpse colors their actions. Thus, the eternal question, are undead, inhuman spirits puppeting a body, Or does some shade of the departed return?
I can't answer that, can you?
I've come to believe there is a return. I swear I could see it sometimes, Rook. A glint of recognition of something more in the dead.
Hey, that's my sleeve. Are you trying to steal my buttons?
As well as a certain mischievousness. Manfred.
Nev. Settling back in?
More or less. Lots to catch up on, but when isn't there? I'm ready to get back to work. If we could skip the personal catch-up. Not the day for it.
Take all the time you need.
There's an interesting letter there, Rook.
An art merchant has information on the Antam?
Mistress Trella would not waste our time. Visit her gallery and ask her what the Antam are up to.
I promise he's not sending you just for some exposure to Antivan art.
Our patrons expect crows such as Rook to know a little about Treviso's artistic trends.
A journal about seeing Venatori in crow meeting spots.
Good to know.
Let's dig around some more. I think that art merchant with information on the Antam lives near here.
Is anyone there? Hello? I've been trapped by thieving barbarians.
Is that the art merchant Viago wanted us to talk to? Hello? Are you all right?
Anton said we have to my own gallery. Then the brute left to get more reinforcements against a single woman. Would you be a dear and clear away all the refuse by the door?
Didn't know the Antam had such strong opinions on art.
My saviors, welcome!
Viago said you had information on the Antam. Are they after you?
They barricaded me in and said I would starve unless I handed over the contents of my gallery. Lately, they've been taking paintings, sculptures, all sorts of treasures. And to think I overheard someone in the market yesterday bragging about dealing with the atrocious brutes. The market master might know more about what those dreadful Antam are up to. I'm in your debt. Please look around. I hope dear Viago can make next week's exhibition.
All right. We should talk to the market master if we want to learn why Antam are stealing pieces of art. Hello? This might sound strange, but I was told you might know about Antam stealing paintings.
It's bad for business, and somebody here knows something. Everyone notices the master of the market, but you stay hidden. Listen near the stalls. You might learn something about our Antam art collectors.
Let's listen carefully around the market. Don't want to scare anyone off.
Busy as anything? No hope to be found anywhere.
The Antam have scared people off, but the crows are after him. You'll see.
How's business?
Can't complain.
I mean, Tom, I didn't think they went in for things like fancy paintings.
I wouldn't know anything about... Well, that would explain the Antam who came by not an hour ago. They took my best sculpts without paying.
Huh. Right here?
Oh, yes. I did hear they've been piling up stolen goods in a camp in the Drowned district.
We're missing a piece of the picture with the Antam.
It cannot be for coin. There are faster ways to fill their coffers.
That merchant said they're stockpiling stolen art at a camp in the Drowned district. Let's start there.
Spy on me, all English. You will only see me representing...
We're close to that camp where the Antam took that merchant's stolen sculptures. Okay, let's look around for that stolen art, or any sign of what the Antam are doing with it. Nothing here.
Still nothing.
Strange. You'd think a few statues would stand out.
Still nothing. I don't see anything that merchant in the market was talking about. No stolen art.
I've got a hunch we should check with him again.
That merchant who said the Antam stole his artwork? He's with the Venatori. I'll bet he caught us listening in.
So he sent us off on a chase. Should have seen it coming.
The note said the Antam are trading the art to Venatori collectors in exchange for rare magical components.
Magic? What are those fools trying to do in Treviso now?
The note doesn't say what... Okay, we're close to the camp where Antam are trading with the Venatori for magical components.
Those snoopers on the market.
All right, let's find out what the Antam and the Venatori are actually doing here. This note is about Gatlock, that Kunari blasting powder. The Antam are using magical components from the Venatori to make it more explosive. Much more explosive.
Well, look at what they can achieve when they work together.
We must go to De Andiago with this as soon as possible.
Agreed.
After seeing that dragon run out of Treviso, they sing the crow's praises more loudly in the streets.
Except in front of the Antam.
Still.
Good news?
The Venatori are helping the Antam make their Gatlock explosives even more powerful.
What?
It's not ready yet. They're still experimenting.
Then we have some time. The crows will investigate.
We had better. I am sure we'd be among the Antam's first targets.
Huh. A Venatori trader?
Interesting.
Something's up with the crows in Venatori. The journal belongs to a crow named Chance. We'll look for them around the diamond. Maybe they know what this is about. Are you Chance Candide? Found your journal. Couldn't help reading something about Venatori.
Ah, you've become embroiled in our local mystery. If you wish to help, let me shed some light. Venatori were spotted lurking in places where the crows conduct confidential business.
What can we do?
It would be a great help if you could search near our dead drops in the flooded district. That's where Venatori were last spotted. Please look for any clues as to what our spies are after.
Wine glasses, like people were toasting a deal.
Not a vintage I've seen on any grow table.
Viago wouldn't be caught dead with any wine that wasn't twice as expensive as this.
Big difference from the wealthier parts of Treviso.
It will eventually be lost to the waves, or Italian will build a villa here. You can never tell.
Another secret note between a crow and a Venatori. That's our third note by these crow and Venatori spies. Half of these letters are written in a cipher I can't make out. Let's talk to Chance. Chance? We found notes from the crow and Venatori spies, but parts of them are in code.
Thank you. This may yet help trace their movements. Give me a while to break the cipher on these letters.
So, Tosh, you're the dragon hunter of this outfit.
Yep. And you do monsters.
Seems our work's going to overlap.
No, it's not. I handle dragons. You kill monsters. And darkspawn.
Dragons are monsters.
What? No, dragons are natural. Been around longer than we have. Darkspawn and monsters are just Vashidon that came later.
Fair enough, but I'll handle any archdemons we meet.
Fine. But I get to help.
You know, there are rooms besides the pantry.
I'm fine as I am. Really.
All right, as long as you're sure.
No, I know. It doesn't make any sense, but it works.
Wouldn't the connection to the lyrium cause...
The veil to rupture? Not if you're careful. Really, really careful.
Rook, good to see you. Bellara was telling me about one of the artifacts she calmed. Her manipulation of the Hylic spheres put some circle mages I know to shame.
Oh, that's so nice. Really?
Bellara, repairing the Illuvian network alone is worth a thesis.
Have you run into anything like it before?
Not at all. The principles are familiar, but the application, the finesse. Though admittedly, my interests lie more with the spirits. Look to Bellara for elven magic expertise.
You were here, what, 5 minutes, and you had that thing fixed?
And it's quite a complex mechanism.
Well, thank you.
That said, I've noticed you working at all hours on that artifact.
Really? I don't think it's all hours.
And you're either the first to wake, or you simply aren't sleeping some nights.
Thank you, Professor, but I'm fine. Mostly.
That was really reassuring until mostly.
In between the two? It's hard. I've never had a chance like this kind of access to knowledge. It's Solas's old home. I want to learn as much as I can.
And we've time to learn it. But in order to do that, you must take care of yourself.
That knowledge isn't going anywhere. Relax a little, get some rest. You'll feel better and work better.
Right. I'm not great at that. Relaxing, I mean, I think to myself, what if I do it wrong? Then it's 3 hours later and I'm even less relaxed than I was.
Perhaps I can help you.
With what? Relaxing?
Yes, I can teach you some breathing exercises, the ones we show initiates.
Oh, that's very nice, thank you.
Of course. We must look out for one another.
And thank you too, Rook.
Anytime.
Okay, I am going to relax right away. But first, I had another question.
I thought you might.